know that there has been some talk in regards to a prenup agreement.
Yeah.
I have to know that, you're not here for just what he has.
Oh, talk about a straightforward approach.
I didn't come here to play games today.
Shaeeda and Bilal's ex-wife, Shaeeda, have an intense conversation about Shaeeda signing a prenup.
I feel completely caught off guard. Like, where does this hostility come from?
What do y'all think she should do? Would you sign it?
He needs to protect himself, and for the children's sake.
Ooh, Shaeeda can't catch a break.
Everything feels different now. I think it's like, welcome to America, Shaeeda.
Let's get into it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Happy 4th of July to those out there who wish to celebrate in the US. I had to throw that last little bit in there because, it's just a lot going on. But nevertheless, we're not here to talk about that.
I do feel a type of way.
Before we get into this woman-to-woman convo between Shaeeda and Bilal's ex, quick update on Ari, Benny, and Leandro. Remember, during last week's episode, Ari had majority of us asking, Why? When she revealed she's taking her ex-husband Leandro wedding dress shopping with her.
I don't want he choosing my wife's dress. I wish he's get out of my life. That's what I want.
Well, fast forward to this week, the day has come for them to finally go. But it just so happens that Ari isn't feeling well.
I'm a little nauseous.
I'm gonna ask maybe a too intrusive question, but when was the last time you got your period?
After Leandro steps into doctor mode, he offers to drive Benny to the store to get a pregnancy test.
I shouldn't be holding this bag. You should hold.
Yeah, but
Your future.
Well, based off how close you and Ari are, it's your future too, Leandro. Anyway.
All right, let me take this darn test.
When they return to the house, Ari takes the test. And it is...
Negative.
Who saw that coming? A part of me thought, maybe. But at this point, I know how these 90-day teases work. Biniyam was disappointed by the news, but Ari had to remind him.
Why? We don't have any money for another kid.
And speaking of Biniyam, lucky for him, he can have a break from Leandro for now. Leandro's leaving New Jersey to head back to his home in Indiana. All right, moving on to Shaeeda and Bilal. And let me tell you now, I am ready and welcoming your hot takes. I don't know what it is about these two, but anytime I talk about them, y'all go in. So I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this situation.
Are you tired?
a little bit.
Quick refresh. These two are just getting back from their trip to Atlanta, where Bilal sprung the conversation of a prenup on Shaeeda in the middle of a romantic date.
Bottom line, I feel that we should not have a prenuptial agreement. I feel as if they don't trust me.
Shaeeda, understandably taken aback by the timing of this conversation, gets advice from her sisters, and they tell her if he wants her to sign a prenup, she needs to add her own condition before signing it.
Should I say, okay, I want to have kids before 40?
Definitely. I mean, if you really want it, if this is something you really want, then definitely put it in a prenup.
Shaeeda's sisters do what sisters should do. Build you up and give you the courage to go face whatever it is you have to face. It's just that when she did bring it up to Bilal,
I was thinking maybe we could, I need to put a time frame on this contract when it comes to having children.
his face said it all. And you could see the confidence she built up to have that conversation.
When do you think that you want to make sure that things are good and right in a relationship, specifically between us, before you
I
bring
could see
someone
the
into the
exact
world?
same for you.
Just trickle away. All of that brings us to this week's episode, where Bilal is in a mood.
Ever since Atlanta, you could feel the tension and the energy is quite sour. When Bilal gets upset, he stays quiet. He don't look you in your face. And then after you start feeling all the negative vibes. It's just not what I envision my marriage life will be like.
Well, that's what you're getting, girl. I get that some people, you have to let them have their moments. It may take them a little longer to get over things. But in my relationships, it only takes so long before I get annoyed. When someone holds on to an attitude for longer than you know is necessary, to me it just comes off as childish. For one, you're not hurting anyone but yourself. And for two, you're spending all that time being mad. We can be coming up with a solution. It's all a choice. Shaeeda's not upset, and she's the one getting suspected of being a gold digger.
Seeing that the kids are here, probably all of us could do something. I mean, there's actually nice blue skies outside. I can't make that go to waste, right? What do you think about us doing something like yoga?
Yoga.
Bilal, get up. And see, Shaeeda still has a smile on her face. That's love. She's accepting her man for who he is, flaws and all.
Listen, I know you're not feeling up to it. You're looking very down and mellow and sad. But I assure you, when we are done, you'll feel so much more better. And that's what I want.
I'm feeling just not like myself. I don't feel like we're vibing. We're on that level. I mean, we have some pretty big issues, like prenup and baby talk. You know, it's just.
They take the kids outside, and Shaeeda gives everyone a course in yoga.
Are you hearing how peaceful the wind sounds? So peaceful.
I just heard Butter fart.
Don't lift that foot up, Bilal.
Oh, I was on some advanced stuff.
Bend your knees down. Everyone bring your knees down. Bring your knees together, just sit in hero pose and just relax.
And Shaeeda was right. Going outside to move and get some fresh air
Standing ovation.
Thank you.
helped Bilal get out of his funk. Well, kind of.
When you stress me out, I like to get away and just be quiet, you know, breathe, deep breathing, you know. So, like, that part helped a lot.
So, did I get my man back? You seem to be
You
back in your
never
usual.
not had them. It's just that sometimes you say and do things and forgot
Let me just
how that
kiss and
felt.
make up.
Yeah, so.
Bilal tells the camera that although they made up, they argue a lot. So as of right now, they are not ready to walk down the aisle. All right, fast forward to when ex-wifey came through.
I was a little worried when you called asking to, like, talk to me. Because, you know, I just want everything to be okay. So I was like, okay, did I do something?
No, I just felt like we needed to have a conversation,
I think so, too.
especially with the fact that Bilal and I co-parent, and it's a very positive co-parenting experience.
Yeah.
What I can tell you about myself, I'm very stern when it comes to my kids. And so what I want is the best for them, and what I want them to be around is someone who is the best for them.
I know there are gonna be some mixed reactions about her approach. I can't wait to see what y'all say.
I do feel a type of way in regards to Bilal not setting up a meeting with us early on when she first came. I think that that's very important because she needs to understand where I fit at in the dynamics of everything.
Shaeeda tells Shaeeda that she really doesn't know much about her. And Shaeeda gives a little bio.
From Trinidad, I grew up in a strict Islamic household.
Okay.
I know about family. I have a lot of siblings. I have a lot of nieces and nephews.
After that, Bilal's ex doesn't hesitate to bring up the prenup.
And it may not be my place to speak on it.
Shaeeda is like, right, exactly.
I'm coming from a place of protecting my kids'
Yes.
assets and the generational wealth, you know, that he has. I have to know that, you know, you're not here for just what he has.
She did say she was stern. And I could imagine how offensive that is for Shaeeda to keep getting asked if she wants Bilal just for what he has, when she's a quality woman who deserves a man of Bilal's stature. And the thing about Shaeeda is that she doesn't shy away from the fact that she finds what Bilal has built for himself to be attractive. I mean, who wouldn't?
And I observed these qualities with him just by judging his online pictures. He seemed ambitious, you know, he seemed striving. And also, I was attracted to him. You know, I was like, okay, he takes good care of his body. He looks well put together type of gentleman.
Yeah, at this point, I seriously doubt if her motive is to marry Bilal, then divorce him, and take all he has. Now, who does that? Well, there are people who do that, but she is clearly into him. And this is coming from someone who, when she first got to America, I thought she was more interested in his money. But after learning more about their story and getting a better gist of who she is, my perspective has changed.
I have a life in Trinidad. I'm very known in my community. I had my own yoga studio. Just Google me, you'll see a lot of things that come up, you know, what's in newspapers. So me trying to get what he has nothing to do with that. But I understand you have concerns from a mother protecting your children.
Shaeeda goes on to basically tell Shaeeda that because she wasn't with Bilal shooting in the gym,
You weren't with me shooting in the gym?
he needs to protect himself. And yes, I just went there.
I don't know how well you know Bilal or how long you've known him, but I know it isn't 10 years or 15 years of putting in, you know, the work that you see that he has produced. And so, you know, the kids have been here, I have been here. So I'm coming from that point of view where he needs to protect himself and for the children's sake.
Okay, here's what I think about this whole prenup situation, and just hear me out, all right? The older I get, the more of these fairy tale ideas I had about love are starting to shrink and get smaller and smaller. Or I should say more realistic, because I still believe in love and the beauty of it, but I'm learning that if you want to sustain a relationship, you have to be practical. We as human beings are so complex and complicated. And I'm learning how important it is to create a partnership that's tailored specifically to you and your partner's needs in the relationship. And with that comes letting go of these ideas you had about how the relationship should be.
I just wanted us to have a love story without a prenuptial agreement in between us.
And that doesn't mean settle. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I don't think Bilal wanting a prenup means he doesn't really love Shaeeda or believe in them as a couple. But in my opinion, based off his situation, it's practical. He has 2 young kids, and he's worked hard to set them up to have a good future. Now, if he didn't have kids and he was asking for a prenup, I would be concerned. But the reality is that he does, and sometimes relationships don't work out, especially ones that move pretty fast. Plus, he's gotten a divorce before, so those rose-colored glasses are off for him at this point.
I love Shaeeda very much, but love isn't blind. Like, I don't love to the point of view where I lose my head.
He knows everything isn't guaranteed to always work out the way he wants it to. He's been there before.
Every person who's loved me or who I've loved back has left me.
Therapy.
But back to Shaeeda and his ex-wife.
Yeah, well, I think that's a conversation Bilal and I definitely need to have. And I think we haven't reached an agreement when it comes to that.
Okay.
I would love to hear Bilal's explanation to why he didn't set up a meeting for them.
Are you good?
I mean, it is what it is, I guess, at this point. But I am just praying for everything just to go right for the whole situation.
I feel completely caught off guard. Like, where does this hostility come from?
Shaeeda thinks Shaeeda is giving her so much attitude because she's a little jealous.
It took her by surprise to see a new woman in Bilal's home who is now becoming the woman of the household.
Maybe, maybe not. I honestly think this is just a very unique situation they are all in, and Shaeeda is worried about her kids and their dad. Either way, all of this has Shaeeda feeling overwhelmed.
I realize that this prenup is big business, but sweetheart, you are lecturing the wrong person. I am not some little girl on the roadside that Bilal picked up by talking on social media. I mean, I'm an accomplished woman in Trinidad. Everything feels different now. I think it's like, welcome to America, Shaeeda.
Whew, she's given up a lot to be here. And while Bilal says he needs a prenup for peace of mind,
we really need to communicate and come to some sort of understanding when it comes to this prenup.
I'm just glad she's asserting her needs as well and saying, okay, you want me to sign those papers? I'm gonna need to have kids before a certain age. Because as her sister said,
time is ticking.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they end up doing. I'm assuming in real time, they're married now.
If I didn't, somebody would definitely wife her up quick, so.
I know rumors are circulating that they are. Hopefully we'll get that confirmed soon. All right, next week, Shaeeda is looking pretty in green, but Bilal's trust issues have her down in the dumps.
I brung up having, the prenuptial agreement, so here is a hard copy.
He has trust issues, and I feel like I have to pay the price for everything that has happened to him in his past. You're just looking at me as if I have some secret agenda.
Do you ever plan on divorcing me?
And if that is the case, who's going to admit to that? All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.